Okay, we're up on the fourth floor. We've got plains animals. Oh, we've got gazelle, which is really nice. It's another gazelle. A red-fronted gazelle. Look at these really knobbly horns. So what I don't get about all these horns are all pretty much pointed backwards. So how do they actually defend themselves? Do they get their heads under the throats of any predators and just flick back? I don't know. It just seems a bit pointless. Okay, I'm going to do the whole side. It's a lot quieter now. I should have come here about a half hour later because the school kids were running around. They're all congregated outside in the garden bit. So yeah, these are really cute. Got an impala. I've got a friend who's got a Chevy Impala. It's quite nice. Not as good as my trusted Kia though, which I did 258 miles in it on Monday down to Dover and Deal, and then back again. Did the whole circuit of the M25. Yeah, 258 miles is the most I've driven in a day before, and it was doddle really. It's so easy. Modern cars. It's an automatic, so there's no way I could have done it in a manual car. But yeah, that's a GNU, white-tailed GNU. So, wildebeest head. See again, the horns are all pointed inwards. How can that be defensive? Because obviously they're not a predatory animal, are they? It's a little more like it. A mountain reedback. This is pointing slightly forward, that one as well. The southern reedback. Yeah, more like, there you go, that one. The bowhor reedback. Pointing forward. Makes sense. You should try to defend yourself. And that's a water buck down the bottom. So there's a big old boy. Same with those two heads as well. It's a puku. Not a puma punku. Puku. Right, so Zambia and surrounding countries replaces the cob in these areas. Okay, so what's a cob? Right. So these are cob. Genus Cobus, waterbuck, lechwes, and cob. Oh yeah, there's a cob at the front. To be honest, there's not much difference between any of them, really. So, this one, he looks sad, doesn't he? Sad little boy. Or girl. That looks a bit sad as well. So that's a lockway. Oh, a lechway, sorry. Previously mentioned. Right, next bit. Loads more on the inside. Some really cool stuff. Sable antelope. There's another one. Horns backwards. It's becoming a thing with me now. It's a bit like United's transfer window. Nothing happening. Right, scimitar horned oryx. And that's an adax. Which is really nice. Down the bottom. Doesn't actually say what it is, but I'm assuming it's another adax or oryx. Not sure, but yeah. That's a gemsbok, so that's obviously South Africa. Yeah, South and East Africa. Right. So now I'm going to do this last little bit of this side. Right, that's a banded duiker from West Africa. The duikers, they're like little Little gazelle type things without horns, or tiny horns. Abbott's Duiker. So, eastern Nigeria through central and east Africa. Oh, Maxwell's Duiker, that little one down there. Another cute face. Right, we're going to go back down the other way. Look at this boy. This is Lord Derby's eland. Oh, big old boy. He is massive. So, and that's a royal antelope down there. See the difference in size of these two. Try and get them both in, but it's just impossible. Right, at the top, a bit more fish. Got a white-beaked dolphin. See? I didn't think dolphins were that big. Just going to step back for a bit, and up the top here we have got, thank you, can't see the sight, what's it called? It's a bongo. Bongo. Oh, okay, I've never heard of a bongo before. Maybe that's how they get the make the drums from the skin of this. Possibly, it's me thinking that out loud. But, sounds pretty feasible, doesn't it? Right, so we've got a kudu. It's really nice. There's another big one down the bottom. You just don't realise how big some of these animals are. You've got a really massive one coming up in a second. It's just caught my eye. So this beautiful coloured one, that's called a nilgai. It's like you're talking to United again, aren't you? United got nilgai. That's if you're talking modern English now, which everyone seems to be doing. Except us old school people. That's a Chartley bull. It's a head of a bull. Right, now this is a European bison. I'm stepping backwards, trying not to bump into the cage behind me, but look at the size of him. So bison, buffalo, thousands roaming the plains, millions in fact, roaming the plains, especially in America, and pretty much all killed off. It's a bloody shame. Right, we've got, that's a wild yak up the top in there, and that is a banteng or obscene. Water buffalo down the bottom, and that's it's a dwarf water buffalo. This is the big one. Obviously they probably don't have room for a real one, do they? Or full size. But look at the size of them and these horns sticking up like that. It's like a big heart. And got like domestic cattle. Yeah, we've got sheeps and rams. Bar-ram-u, isn't it? From Babe. I haven't seen that for about 30 years. Right, we've got a wild sheep. Siberian bighorn, this bloke here. Just white sheep, bighorn sheep. Black-faced sheep, black-faced ram, but it's not black, is it? It's sort of mottled white and brown. That makes sense to me, but not much does in my old age. Right. Barbary sheep. This old boy down here is an East Caucasian tur. It's lovely. If you haven't noticed, you might have noticed, I quite like animals of whatever shape or form, even the scary ones, because they're all got a right to life, haven't they? And same as us. That's a Spanish ibex. So you can see them in the mountain regions. Right. Up here, it's a Seral Himalayan mountain. Right, from the Himalayan mountains from Kashmir to China and southeast to Sumatra. Cool, that's really nice. These are Japanese Seral. It's a gall. Right, this big old boy here is called a take-in. Should be working for the government, shouldn't he? Right, this bloke up here, with a funny face, looks moose-like, doesn't he? So I'll get a little bit closer and read the card. That's Sega. Sega. Got really thick, bulgy, like proboscis type thing. Like those big old monkeys. Right, Shiro. And down here, North American mountain goat. This boy here. And that one is a musk ox. And he's absolutely brilliant. Big old shaggy coat. Right, that's this side of it. I'm going to nip round, do the other side. And you can see, do a few more of these first. Right, this is the European wild boar. Got a bearded pig. Another ex-wife joke. Sorry. She won't ever see this anyway, I don't think. So I think I'm safe. Pygmy hog. That's nice. Right, now the warthog. Got big old tusks on there. And this is a giant forest hog. Stepping back to get him in one frame because he's big. Right, now above him we've got the African bush pig. Again, tiny little tusks on him, but yeah, he'd be quite dangerous, I would think. You'd think they'd be quite sort of aggressive and, you know, really attack you. I'm trying to think of the word, but I can't. Be persistent in their attack. There's a collared peccary up the top. And, yeah. I think that's another African bush pig. But yeah. Nice little ears on them. Big old fluffy things. Right, this bloke, I'm sure you recognise. Here's a hippopotamus, and this is just his head. So you can imagine how big the real thing would be. So yeah, you've got another probably 10-15 feet behind this bit. So, but, you know, apparently they're very, very fast in the water. It's like outswim a bloke. Right, down the bottom we've got chevrotines. Which is look like tiny little deer, don't they? So, Southeast Asia, including Java. Right, now we've got a little, we've got pygmy hippo, which is big enough for me. Now, this thing. Right. So that's a vicuna up the top there. He's from South American Andes. So he's obviously like really good in the mountains. Yes. I suppose you'd have special feet to do that, wouldn't you? Skipping up on rocks. Right. So this is like a camel. This is it's a carpy, which is like apparently part of the camel family. So I didn't know. That's another giraffe's head. Got something really special on the other side of this corridor. So yeah, keep watching and you'll see that in a few minutes. Right, so that's a musk deer. The eyes on that. I'll try and get in there, like really red, pinky red. It's a pronghorn. So assuming that that is the pronghorn. Does that like male or female? Females have the horns, which makes a change from having the hump, doesn't it, boys? That's a muntjac. Now we have those locally. If you're up to Ivanhoe Beacon, which I did videos a few weeks ago, there's a long road all the way up to the beacon, and that's where you either see muntjacs or try and avoid them as they skip across the road. Yeah, the ex-brother-in-law hit one once and really shook him up, to be honest, because he's a good old boy. He was a bit upset about killing something, but then he thought, should I take it home with me? So he didn't though, him and his mate dumped it in the woods. But, I'm sure, yeah, you could eat a muntjac. There's not a lot of meat on them, I don't think. Which is, I ate venison once up in Scotland, a place called the Ducally Estate, which is a 5-star estate opposite Glen Eagles. So yeah, had venison. It was all right. Very gamey, very strong meat, very strong taste. Right, so we've got a pair David's deer, so Father David's deer. We've got a roe deer down there, just heads. Really, what's that? Really nice one. It's a Chinese water deer, and it's got these little massive fangs on it. Where are we? Look at that. Trying to get them. You've got massive fangs on it. For some reason. My arm's actually getting numb. I hold this camera up. It's a wapiti, North America and Canada. So it's like it's a deer. Got a red deer there. And that's a seeker. Again, the columns on the cases are a bit of a pain. Oh, this one, look at his foot, his leg. Right, fallow deer, Southern Europe and the Near East, axis deer from India, and Thorold's deer, which is southwest China and Tibet. They're all beautiful. Right, now, that's called a sambar. So that's India, Southern China, Southeast Asia. They're all beautiful. Swamp deer, Northern India, and a famine. So it's from Myanmar, which was Burma. Right, now, got a few cool bits here. Bit of aquatic stuff. Right, so that's a porpoise. It's, obviously smaller than a dolphin. So that's a Chinese river dolphin with a very long beak on it. We've got a few. That's the Amazon River dolphin skeleton. Yeah, just, obviously they swim mostly usually waving their tail up and down, so they must have strong bones in the spine. Right, that's a manatee. Right, there's a really cool Australian film from the 80s called Long Weekend. It's a sort of nature striking back thing. Couple going away on holiday and he shoots a manatee, and then all sorts of weird stuff starts happening. Thoroughly recommend it. The Aussies did a lot of good horror films and supernatural stuff in the 80s. I don't know why they didn't really continue, but You check out Aussie horror films. Things like Patrick and The Survivor, which comes from a James Herbert book, who's my all-time hero as a writer. I sort of model myself on him with my books, sort of giving like certain characters backstories as well before they die horribly. But, yeah, magic, but it was brilliant. Oh, that's a Cape fur seal. Oh, I forgot to say that. So that's the walrus cuckoo, for anyone old enough to remember. Right. Cape fur seal and a South American fur seal. So they're the things you see skittering around on the ice. It's northern fur seal, they're just massive. Right. Stella's sea lion. I really fancy a Stella, to be honest, with my fish and chips I mentioned earlier. We've got, this is a rose seal, as it's slightly on the red side. This one. Above that you've got a harp seal, and then you've got the grey seal up there. So this is the harp seal. So it's North Atlantic and Arctic. East Canada to the White Sea, which, as we all know, is in part of Russia. Right. Caspian seal, it's a leopard seal. Down the bottom here, this old boy is a bearded seal, so he comes from the Arctic. Next to him, we've got a Baikal seal, which is Lake Baikal in Siberia. Right. Now, for that pièce de résistance, the last little bit of the seals, we have the Weddell seal, which is it's huge, but in a second, crab eater seal. A lot of these things in here eat a lot of crabs. Right, now, the hooded seal, unlike the hooded claw from the old cartoons, voiced by the incredible Paul Lind, who did a lot of cartoon voices. Now, this is the big boy. I'm stepping back before I totally reveal him. It's this bloke there. This is the northern elephant seal, and you ain't going to see any bigger than that, are you? It's amazing. Anyway, that's the last bit of this bit. There's one tiny little bit to go before we have a cup of coffee and some cake, which I hope you'll join me for. So I'm going to turn this off and then have a little walk and then get to the last bit.